All right, what's up? What's up? Let me show y'all the breakdown of what happened. Okay, so yeah, I was in gold. Okay, so I had some loss the other day, but that was on me, primarily this in here. Okay, so I had got in on that first trade for the open because I seen it was coming down, or it looked like it was coming down. That was Sunday that it came against me. Then it was at 8 o'clock right here. This was at five. That's 6 o'clock ish, 7 ish. Yeah, the 5, 6 o'clock ish. Then around here at 8 o'clock, I saw this candle. I'm like, okay, this is a great entry here. But as it came back, it came down and then it started coming back against me. So I got out with like 300, $200 or $300 in profit. And then I tried to get back in again at 9 a.m., but it didn't have enough volume to keep down because of the holiday and stuff like that. So this was something for me to start paying attention to add in the future because I had was planning what I was trying to do for the week and stuff like that, but I didn't plan enough, so to speak. So what I mean by that is I already knew that Monday would probably have slower volume because of the holiday in the US and stuff like that. So when I got in at 8 p.m. on Sunday night and it came down, if anything, I should have just did like a 1 or 2. I should have did my 1 inch punch strategy and did like a 1 or 2 or something when it went down and got that profit because I was up in profit. I had like $900 or something like that, $800 or $900. Had I just took the 8 or 750 or whatever like that profits for the day and just had that as my Monday, considering it was going to be low volume anyways, that would have been a win. Even had I just, when I had the 300 and closed, locked myself out for the day or something like that, I could have, so it's just things like that to think about in the future for risk management and things like that, not to always think like get in multiple times and stuff like that. Because I ended up getting in like 4 trades or like 4 or 5 trades because when I got in on this, I got in the one lot, then I had got in one, but then I was like, okay, let me just make it a two. Then I got in again over here. So it's like those add up instead of just getting in one, leveraging the right amount the first time and then holding that. Even if I would have held this until then, I still would have kind of about even and had little profits or something. Mm, It just depends. So that's just for the future. Then I'm seeing this now. I'm going to see it. So it broke this smaller trend line that I had created. Well, technically, it's not smaller because I can come all the way out here to the 4 hour and seeing it's these since the 1st of February. So in the last, since this month, this is the trend it's been on. If I go to a larger time frame, I might be able to make something different. But this last month, this is the trend. Bottom of that one, bottom of that, bottom of these. And it broke that. But it hasn't broken this level. Hasn't broken this level quite yet. So I would prefer to wait a little more, even to wait for that confirmation to see if it'll use this level as a support to continue up, or if it's going to range in here, possibly try to come back up here and use this as a resistance level to get rejected back down further. Oh, let me charge this. Rejected down further. So I'll be patient in this to determine if it does it. I guess something like that, if it breaks this candle comes to about this levelish, I will feel more comfortable, and I will really feel comfortable once it broke this. Then if I come over here to MBS, go to the 4 hours on this. On the 4 hours on this, you can barely freaking see it. That's why a lot of times I just show y'all on TraderView, because sometimes when you try to go bigger, it just doesn't look as clear. Let me make this a little bigger. That'll help for one. Okay. So looking at the S&P, again, I showed y'all last week, it hasn't been able to break this purple zone up here. Matter of fact, let's change this color. Yellow. Hasn't been able to break that yellow. It comes. Try to get past that one, and every time it's getting rejected. That seems like the high for the time being. So now we're gonna see if it's gonna get rejected back down here to this trend line or this level, and possibly get break fat and come even lower. But I do know this is nighttime. This is more of the Asian session, so S&P typically doesn't move that much around this time. Maybe once a week, it might. Once a week, it might. That's why a lot of times I'll glance at it, but I primarily focus more on gold around this time frame. Not to say that it can't, but like I said, typically once a week, maybe once every other week or something like that, it'll move around this time period. And I just like to keep eye on it just in case it's one of those days. But this, I would be waiting. I would be trying to see if it would break this, the break below that wick with a strong body. Then I'm gonna set that there, and then I'm gonna go back to gold. And hope it for a sell, because even at the bottom of this is my bottom of my take profit. Down here, it's still bottoms of these wick, even though that's a higher low. It still would touch the bottom of that wick. So there's a possibility of that. Like I said, I just want to make sure the momentum, because you see this the hour charts that we're on right now, and this is a really strong candle. This was 6, so that this is after the market back opened back up, because again, this really wasn't too much because of the holiday. So a lot of the volume that was consolidated or building up in here got placed and made the price drop. But this will be some retracement, or what some people will call a dead cat bounce, which is kind of morbid, but that's what they call it. 30-minute candle. I will be looking for it to respect, if anything, the top of that candle. And what does this candle look at 15? Yeah, see, even then, I can make a mini zone. It's like a mini zone of where I think it would be getting rejected off of. And like here to here. Blue. Let's do a blue. This looks like a smaller resistance level. Even if I pull this back, and I didn't even look at the past to draw that zone, you can see it's still, if I pull it back in the zone level, here with these, in here with this, you see the price with this wick came up to here, and then this strong candle had to break through it with a strong candle. Then it came up above it, but these wicks down here didn't have enough volume to come back down until finally this candle broke through. And it's like you see it keep having problems in this area, wick down to here. And again, your zones or your lines don't have to be perfect. It's more of like a wave or yeah, a wave where you can see like it in the middle is stronger, and then as you go away from the middle of the zone is when it'll get a little weaker. And that's how I choose to look at it. So if the price gets rejected off of this zone, then I'm looking for a sell order. But if it breaks this and then can successfully break that trend line, then I would be more inclined to a buy order. But sell orders looks like it has less resistance. Doesn't mean it will actually happen like that. Because again, this blue line down here could be the new support for it to start going back up. And this is also where trading a few things will help you. Um, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's somewhere in my notes, but like at one point, I even tracked the data on like the gold had hit all time highs recently, and then it had all the retracement tracked. At one point, I was tracking how long gold typically took to recover after hitting all time highs and stuff like that. So those are another thing that people consider. I can't, like I said, it's in my notes, and it's been a while since we've had it like that, where it's like the price was hitting those. Let me see if I can try to. Whoops. Let's see if I can try to get that somewhat. Okay. Because even if we take this, it hit the high. It did on October of last year. This was the all-time high. It took from October 25th, came down here, tried to come back up. Nope. Back. Nope. And then it finally broke through that and then created a new high. So this process took from October 20th to basically December 20, we'll say December 20th. So it took 2 months for the price to recover from that retracement and then test a new high. And even then came back, but this time was even shorter. So from December to January, it took 1 month. That's also because this is the end of the year. So people might not be trading as much, getting their profits out. And then the start of the year started and it just kind of started going crazy. So the market may take a month, depending on the volume and the conditions economically, for it to respect that and come back up. But even then, again, if we're looking at this, even when it did come, it didn't just drop too much. It still went in the way. Mindful of that too, and look at it in the same eyes of the wave. Oh, here comes this train. I'm gonna mute y'all in a second. So the wave is down, wave, wave. So now we're going to see again if the wave is going to continue up or if it's going to get rejected a little lower before coming up. Yeah, see that? It looked like it respecting it. That wick looked like it respected it. So we're gonna see if it's gonna get rejected off of that and present a good entry for me or for us. Anybody that's looking and trying to get some money. Mm. And if I wanted to get in sooner, the only way I would really feel comfortable is if mm, it would have to at least be close to this. I would like it to be by that wick, but that wick could be my indicator of that's how high I wanted to go before getting rejected back down. My objective would be honestly, excuse me, 17. I would be trying to go for like 17 or 1800 on this trade. If it meets my requirements and it continues down and get rejected off this level, I will be getting in and trying to go for a like 1750 ish or 1800 and make this 52,000 because the goal is 53 to pass the challenge. And then, like I said, looking at the other day that I just took the 8 or whatever, play with that, and then came in today, look for another setup. But it's okay. Um, like I said, it's all about the psychology. It's all about the system. I had to look at myself. I had to think like, okay, when I do my journal, okay, why did I take these extra trades? 'Cause I took like 6 trades, and normally I try to reserve myself to like 3, maybe 4. Once I start getting 5, 6, 7, 8, and stuff like that, the win ratio start really drastically going down for me. So I have to be very precise on the trades that I take. And the reason I wasn't, it was more anxiety in my mind, even though it was only in my mind. It's like I'm trying to do some things. I'm trying to prove something. I'm trying to do things by a certain deadline. So if the market isn't moving when I want it to move, then it's gonna affect my deadline. It's gonna affect what I'm trying to do and stuff like that instead of just trading and letting it happen. Long as you get your 600. Oh, my bad, my bad. I was I was just seeing a funny video. Um, what am I doing? Okay, okay, okay. So I ain't gonna lie, that video was funny. Um, bam. So what I'm gonna do is liking this. I ain't gonna lie, I'm liking this. Disrespecting it, but I just want to make sure because, like I said the other day, most I got in early and shit, stuff like that. Got the hiccups. I just want to make sure it's going to respect these levels and whatever like that. Um, the, and I also know most likely if I do get in this now, it's not going to hit completion until maybe that 1, 2 o'clock session or something. Because most likely, actually, how long have I been on here? I've been on there an hour. Ain't nobody on here anyways. Ain't nobody in the chat. Y'all gonna miss out. I'm telling y'all now, y'all missing out. Cause the mug is on something right now. Y'all are in the beginning phases of greatness right now. Y'all don't even understand it. You could have been right here. But anyways, um, that's what I'm looking for. So, bam. Actually, just revamp this. I'm gonna take that down. Take that down. Move that down here. And then what I'm gonna do is this is gold. And because they changed the rules on tops that I can do too, which is fine. Oh,
Order filled.
shiitake mushrooms. Ah,
Order
bruh.
filled.
I don't know. How the heck did I just do that? Now I gotta change this. Oh no, that's cool. That's cool. How did this go back to? Okay. I don't know how the heck I just did that. That was so goofy. Dang. Stupid stuff like that. Most likely, I will get in on this. Like I said, I just want to confirm before I get to getting too much. Yeah, confirm and break these levels. right, I'm done.